Even CBC was spectacle. People were excited that, we've changed the curriculum, we are doing something. But when you just scratch the surface and say, what exactly is this thing offering? Then people say, no, protect the spectacle. There was a launch, there was a this. Keep quiet.
Then they're gatekeepers, gatekeepers. The gatekeepers keeping the CBC is an end in itself. The end, educating the children stopped being the objective. The objective was the CBC, and you can see it in so many things. You see it in the BBI. Objective is the BBI, not what it will do for people. Objective is the Huduma number. It's the card, not what it will do for people. Because I keep hearing about government services, and I'm over 50 years old. I keep wondering, what are these services, and how come we have never been getting them? And how come, what is it they're offering now? Everything, digitize this. They just want to commodify and turn you from an individual into data. And data obviously is a commodity in the world today, a very valuable commodity. So instead of giving us good services, you bring an engineering solution, create a card. Serve me. Instead of serving me, you are giving me a card. Now I'm happy because I'm walking with that card in my pocket.
Instead of educating me, you're giving me CBC.
You are giving me CBC forcefully. Build threats. Everything these days is deadline, threat, or else. It's everything or else. Do this or else. Support BBI or else they'll be fighting. Get the card or else. You remember they even said they'd disable our phone numbers.
I did hear that one.
The time Wangusi said that, the CCK fellow, they later on recanted it, but said, we are going to deregister numbers of people who don't have the Huduma card.
God.
Everything or else.
We are so narrow-minded.
And you remember when the director of immigration, the time when they were issuing new passports and people are in the line at 4 a.m. and he woke up from his bed, wherever it is, at 3 to be there at 4 to berate people. Like those who are just coming for passports for nothing, we won't give you. You think someone's lining up outside Njoya house at 4 a.m. because to get a passport for fun? People are looking for jobs abroad. People are sick, going for treatment abroad. People have children abroad. They want to go and see and all that. And you can't berate people. Just give us the passports. What I do
it's your job anyway. It's your job to do it, give us a passport.
Yeah.
This mother for the people is just too much.
Yeah.
Now,
there's hatred for the proletariat. Yeah.
We've talked about this Kenya, whose soul has been destroyed, and our young people are seeing it. And they're articulating it in so many ways, even including the saga that we had this weekend. But I remember I called you when this doctor told me that he just wants to pay his loans and leave. He told me, I see you want to help Kenya and I see you want things to improve, but I don't think it's going to happen. I just want to pay my bills and then go work outside. Let's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we talk to our generation who are clearly soulless. Maybe we tell them how they can get their soul back, but also talk to this young person. This young professional.
Yeah, I think I'll start with the young people. They're more worthy of my energy.
I tell you.
I think first of all, it's tough. It's tough, but they shouldn't give up because the person who's struggling to pay his loans, the fact that he's doing that is no small achievement. He's working. He's a doctor. He's treating people. He's paying his loans. That it's a small achievement. He should not desire to go and because again, we know a lot of people who desire to go out. They desire to go to the West, Europe, the United States. Going there is to give yourself to start at square zero, which you can't buy back your 20s. You can work hard and clear your loans by the time you're 30. Then you go and start from zero.
Like
by the
you're
time you clear your loans,
old.
Yeah. You start from zero. Your qualifications are not recognized over there. You go to New York, you find all the taxi drivers. They're engineers from Nigeria, doctors from Pakistan, and I mean highly qualified people from all over the world. It's because you're told you have this board exam you have to do, and it costs $100,000 to get that certification. You are a doctor who was a senior medical professor in Kenya or wherever. You can't do that, so you drive a taxi. Maybe you might, in terms of strictly dollars, you're probably earning what same thing you were earning back in Kenya, but what have you done to your soul? It's not worth doing that. It's not worth doing that. And the promise lies, I think, I've long decried sort of the loss of sight of our culture in the part of young people, but may have been wrong. And that may be where the hope for our nation lies. And that may protect our young people from the sort of defilement that has happened to our generation. Because I know people, my peers in terms of age and education, who cannot find their way to ever criticize those who are perceived to be kings. And I think our young people, because they've missed out on this, they might actually be safe from being put in those sacks we were talking about. They don't fit in any sack.
I've been thinking about what you were saying about our generation, and I was realizing that those of us who are born in the 60s and the 70s, we did not experience colonialism directly, but we were close enough to it. And I think that's the problem, that we've got this illusion that we are independent, but we don't want to talk about that past that we are coming from because we think we didn't see it. But it's in our hearts. It's planted. And we are refusing to let it go.
We grew up in the era when the best school was the one Wazungus went to.
Oh, yeah.
The best school was Prince of Wales, Nairobi School, or Duke of York, Lenana, or St. Mary's. The best hospital was the White People's Hospital, Nairobi Hospital. There was distinction in being a member of a church member at All Saints Cathedral, because that was the one. You needed to go to attend church at Holy Family Basilica, whatever, depending on what sect or religion you belonged. So we grew up with that aroma of colonialism. It had died, but its stench was still hanging around, and we grew up with it thinking we are independent. But no, it's I mean, as recently as the 2000 when I came to Nanyuki, I needed to open an account, and it wasn't expressly said, but you needed 3 referees. But if you got 2, if you got 2 and at least 1 was Mzungu.
So these things happened in our lifetime.
Yes, they're living memories.
But we don't want to admit it, and that's why we are trying so hard to save a system that cannot be saved.
Yes. Yeah, we are trying to save a system, and first of all, that we are actually in denial, because if you are to escape from it, you have to accept that it's there. You can't solve a problem without admitting that it's there.